at Mercy General Hospital, 2018, room 304. Patient Elizabeth Carter, 34 years old, admitted for routine observation. Her vitals are stable and her medications have been administered. But at 3:17 a.m., the night nurse hears a blood-curdling scream. She rushes in to find Elizabeth pointing at the corner of the room, completely hysterical. "She's there," she shrieks, the woman in white. The nurse sees nothing. She checks the corners under the bed. The room is empty, but Elizabeth won't stop screaming. Her heart monitor spikes from a calm 72 to over 160 in a matter of seconds. Security is called. A sedative is administered. As the patient finally calms down, she keeps whispering, "She told me I'm next." Elizabeth is discharged the next morning. 3 days later, she's found dead in her home. The official cause of death is listed as natural causes, but a chilling note from the coroner reads, "Estimated time of death, 3:17 a.m." That same week, room 304 was permanently converted into a storage closet. No official explanation was ever given. Ever heard of the woman in white? Let me tell you about Elizabeth Carter, Mercy General Hospital, 2018. Room 304. Elizabeth, 34 years old, was in for routine observation. Everything seemed normal. Vitals stable, meds given. But at 3:17 in the morning, the night nurse heard screams. She ran into the room and found Elizabeth hysterical, pointing at the corner, shouting, "She's there." The woman in white, the nurse looked, but saw nothing. The corner was empty. Still, Elizabeth kept screaming. Her heart rate shot from 72 to 160 in a heartbeat. Security was called, and they had to sedate her. As she calmed down, she just kept whispering, "She told me I'm next." Elizabeth was discharged the next day. 3 days later, she was found dead at home. The autopsy said natural causes, but a chilling note from the coroner stated the time of death. 3:17 a.m. Room 304 was turned into a storage closet that same week. No official reason was ever given. You've probably heard hospital ghost stories, but what about a floor that shouldn't exist? At St. Mary's Hospital, everyone knows the basement levels. B1 is for storage, B2 is for archives, but B3, officially, it's not real. The elevator buttons, however, tell a different story. The older nurses warn you never to press it. Sarah, a new grad, thought it was just a silly superstition. One night, running late, she got in the elevator and, feeling a bit rebellious, she pressed B3. The doors closed. The car descended past B1, past B2, and just kept going. The lights flickered and the air grew freezing cold. When the doors finally opened, it wasn't a basement. It was another hospital, silent, empty, and just wrong. Sarah managed to get back up and quit the very next day. But a week later, her ID badge was found on the floor of B3, and the security footage from that night. It was mysteriously deleted. Meet Dr. Richard Evans, a night pathologist with 27 years of experience. He's a man who trusts science, not superstition. For him, ghosts aren't real. But that all changed on a seemingly ordinary Tuesday night. It was November 12th in Autopsy Room 3. The subject was John Miller, a 68-year-old man. Cause of death, cardiac arrest, just a routine procedure, or so Dr. Evans thought. At 2:33 a.m., Dr. Evans stepped out for a quick coffee break. When he returned, the morgue was ice cold. The body of John Miller was no longer lying down. It was sitting upright on the slab. The surgical instruments were meticulously rearranged, and on the counter a note in handwriting that was definitely not his own. It read, "This one isn't finished." He checked the security footage. The tape was clear. Nobody entered the room, but the body. It had moved on its own. Dr. Evans still works the night shift, but now he never works alone, and he always makes sure his work is finished. Whatever that truly means. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more strange stories. This story comes from the night shift in a hospital's children's wing. Nurse Amanda loved working with kids, even when the ward was quiet. At 3 a.m., the playroom should always be empty. But one night, that changed. Toys started moving on their own. A little rocking chair started rocking back and forth, with no one in it. Security brushed it off, saying it was just air currents from the vents. But Amanda knew it was something else. Then came the whispers, faint children's voices calling out from the darkness. They'd say things like, "Don't let them take me again." The security cameras showed nothing, just toys moving by themselves, chairs rocking, and Amanda, frozen, listening to voices only she could hear. The hospital eventually moved Amanda to the day shift, and the whispers stopped for her. But even now, some of the night nurses say that if you listen closely, at exactly 3 a.m., you can still hear it. Faint laughter coming from the empty playroom. Friday night, 2 in the morning. An emergency call comes in. Cardiac arrest. A 45-year-old man. EMTs Mike and Lisa work on the patient the entire way to Mercy Hospital. No pulse, no response. Time of death is called at 2:47 a.m. Utterly exhausted, they park the ambulance back at the bay. They swing open the back doors, and they just freeze. The gurney is empty. The straps are still fastened tight. The heart monitor is still beeping. And on the wall, there's a bloody handprint that definitely wasn't there before. The patient's chart has vanished too. It's like he never even existed. Mike quit that week. Lisa still drives ambulances today, but she never ever looks in the back alone, and she always checks twice, just to make sure. Thanks for watching, and be sure to subscribe for more strange stories.